doing her makeup that she was late for the call, and I was like, what are you doing? No one cares, seriously. And she, but I can't live without it. She was hilarious. She was the one who had tiny little feet, you know, and the elves had to make her off-shoulder boots for her because they were so
This
small.
was like Claire. You didn't ever work
So
with Claire,
funny.
sure.
No, it was Hannah, you met her.
Oh,
Really
yeah.
tiny little Hannah with very long hair from Yorkshire. But yeah, so some girls, and in fact I have heard stories now, whether this is just a myth, but there was a story of one of the mudloggers who was determined that she was just going offshore to meet a rich husband. And then we all laughed because apparently she married a crane operator. We were like, wasn't even the OIM or the geologist. No, you're going to go for the crane operator. Come on, they're not that rich. Yeah, so I think that, but then I think the majority of women just, you know, you get a whole range of women. I never wear makeup here, so why would I go and wear makeup offshore? But then, you know, I have a friend who, she actually worked for Maersk as well. She didn't have a master's, although she was getting involved in all the kind of, you know, proper engineering side of stuff. So she went off and did a master's. I think she's back working for them now. When she's onshore, she's super glam, you know. She wears high heels and she puts extensions in her hair and lots of makeup. And
There's one
but
thing people
offshore,
laugh at.
she's in drilling now. So I think she's doing, I can't remember what her job title is. Heading towards the OIM type.
I might have spoken to her actually.
Nicole Stewart?
Yes.
Yeah, you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Onshore, she's super glam, but offshore, she's hilarious.
Yeah.
She's just like, she writes the most funny Facebook messages.
She's fun to follow on Facebook.
The most intelligent people on the rig, and all we can do is have arguments about tea or something. she's just brilliant. She's so funny.
Yeah, she is lovely.
Oh, that's really good that you've spoken. I was going to suggest that you contact her as well.
Yeah, I spoke to her last week, so she's
fab.
brilliant. Yeah, she's great, and she really wants to promote women working offshore and girls getting involved in STEM subjects and everything.
Yeah,
so she's a brilliant person.
Yeah.
That's what the Mercury women said on the site. They felt that if they failed to become astronauts, but if they just managed to make enough women study STEM subjects. But I can't think what STEM subjects are. Science, technology, engineering and maths, of course. And then I had that conversation with Ellie this morning.
Oh, did you?
School, so I said, nothing more STEM subjects go. And she laughed. She'd obviously heard that.
Yeah, good. It's probably because I keep going on about it as well. I'm just like, yeah, that was CNR's answer to the biggest gender pay gap in the oil industry. But there's not enough girls studying STEM subjects. So I'm like, yeah, and the ones who do and come to work for your company either leave or.
But they know damn well they're never going to get as much money as men. So that, yeah.
Yeah, a friend of mine was in a meeting at the OGA with a couple of them. One is a woman and one is from Africa, and they basically sat there and told her that it's like being slave labour. Now the woman can't leave because they were at an OGA meeting, but they're from CNR. The woman can't leave because she's from Australia, so CNR sponsor her. And the bloke said, and he was most vocal about how it was all slave labour, and apparently they're like, if you're not white and male, you can forget having a career in this company.
So, were you at the meeting?
No, it was a friend of mine.
Oh.
A friend who I actually worked with at CNR, but she was a contractor, so she was let go pretty soon.
It is a problem though, because we interview a lot of people for jobs, and we've been recruiting a lot, and you do get a very small number of good female candidates. It's 1 in 10.
Yeah.
So there just aren't volumes of people.
No, that's true. That's true. And
And it is a total mystery to me why, if you go into a geology degree class and an MSc, I've taught on several, oil and gas engineering I taught at RGU. That was actually 5 out of 50. 1 in.
No, there was 80 students and 3 of them were female.
That year, yeah. So that does, in engineering, it's clearly, you can see the ratio. The ratio that comes to interviews is the same ratio as you see in undergraduate. But if you go to earth sciences, it's not like that.
No.
The undergraduate ratio is 50-50, roughly.
Yeah.
The applications are more like 1 in 10 or maybe 1 in 5. So what on earth happens?
I think there's multiple reasons, but I do think that not having role models has a big impact. If you can't see yourself in that role, if you don't have a role model to show you, but also oil industry hasn't got a very good reputation out with the oil industry.
It doesn't. No,
People say,
getting
"Oh,
worse.
evil! You're raping the country. You're raping the
They've done
earth."
an MSc, it's Imperial in Geology.
Yeah, but
they know what the oil industry is like.
We don't necessarily want to go
Why don't
work
they
for
always?
it.
Oh no, that's true, because Mike Warner told me the other day half his students go to the city.
Yeah.
The city's maybe much more
Yeah,
friendly
yeah.
than women.
People who do geology now don't necessarily want to stay in geology.
What do they want to do? I met a bunch of geology students last weekend, the weekend before. They were over from Wyoming, and I'd say about 50% of them wanted to go into mining or offshore oil and gas.
Yeah.
But yeah, why would you study geology? I mean,
Hydrogeology.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can see
geotechnical. There's actually quite a lot of geotechnical work at the moment.
Is there?
Someone I did my teacher training with, she was an engineer, but she worked with a lot of geoscientists in her company, and they built bridges. So she'd actually worked on the new Edinburgh Bridge.
Yeah, I saw the program on the Crossrail, and the chief engineer on the drilling was maybe 28 woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, so engineering.
Engineering is terrible, but there was.
That's good.
Yeah, now. Sorry, very rarely though. Actually, there has been some studies about this as well. And engineering, I just saw one that was based on engineering, and it's attitudes as well. So a lot of women who are doing an undergrad in engineering will go and work in a company for 6 months as part of their degree course. And often they're found that they're not given engineering work, they're given admin type roles by the older blokes who are running the companies, because they're like, oh, well, you can handle that. Or given the PR jobs to go and put short skirt on and go and try and get business for the company.
Ratios now are in sort of thing that Crystal's doing.
Yeah, again.
And cybersecurity.
Did you see that
there are no women doing that.
article about the word choices that you use as well when you're putting adverts out? That a lot of words put off women from applying in the first place. Yeah, because that's got a really macho, geeky kind of culture as well, isn't it?
There's nothing macho about
No, there's not.
interacting.
Oh. But it also stems.
It was when it started.
Yeah.
It's games.
I think it's also
slowly killer games.
yeah, but a lot of women are into girls, especially. But it starts a lot younger than that. It starts from when people give birth, and then if you have a girl, everyone buys you pink clothes, and if you have a boy, it's all earthy colours. And boys' clothes say things like adventure and be a superhero, and girls are like, oh, I've got really good friendships. Unicorns are really pretty. And we're forcing children into they are. She says the unicorn one. And we're forcing kids into very gender-specific roles, and it doesn't do anyone any favours. We tell boys not to cry because you be a girl. We tell
Toughen up, get on with it.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
so it starts at a really young age, and then girls.
There's no reason why that has an effect on your mathematical ability.
Well, it doesn't have an effect on your mathematical ability. It has an effect on your motivation to study maths.
And maybe your choices. I don't know.
Definitely.
Something
Getting
to do
encouraged into different.
Something to do with display in teenagers after puberty.
Priority.
Boys are keen to do things that display themselves, so they become lead guitarists in rock bands. So very few women lead guitarists or even singers.
That's a good point.
So anything that makes you stick out from the crowd, which is what a boy has to do to get a girlfriend, it becomes very attractive to men.
Yeah.
But
Whereas girls want to hide.
Well, girls don't want to hide. They just sort of sit back and choose. He's a good lead guitarist, like him. Because women do the choosing. They do. So that you read your Darwin.
Yeah, maybe in normal biology.
Female species chooses.
I don't think that happens.
And boys and men have to display what they've got.
It might happen when you're dolphins. There's dolphins. I've just gone on the dolphin. Can you see this by the wall? Yeah. Loads of them.
There was a picture in the Times this morning of dolphins jumping at Chancery Point. I felt like I was getting off the plane and getting in my car and drive straight up to the Cromarty.
Yeah, they're a bit far
That's all
away.
that picture. Wow, I didn't see one out of the water. Look at that.
Oh yeah, there's kids on them. Really. This is great.
It's good, isn't it?
Just watch the dolphins from your window. Like, yeah, I could be doing anything.
No, that is the trouble. It was lovely last night as well after the weird storm. Oh, weird, wasn't it? We had really warm wind. Left the house in the morning, took the kids to school, and I was like, I've never felt that.
I know, because it was dark and it was windy and I was all wrapped up and I went out, it was like,
it's roasting.
Well, that would be clean actually. In the distance. Well, we didn't have any weather like that at all. It was dead flat and calm down south.
That's crazy up here.
do you know what, I think I should maybe let you